Greetings, traveler, and welcome to the corner of the tavern. I'm Patrick.
I'm Mikey.
And I'm Key.
And today, we will be talking about our escape room experience at the escape game. Because I feel that this is a very interesting topic to go over, even though we already filmed it and uploaded and stuff. Because this was Mikey's first ever escape room. A lot of firsts for you on this channel, Mikey.
Hey,
What more can
YOLO.
we do?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm all for it. So, Mikey, because, Key, you've done escape rooms before in the past, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've done them with you.
Yes. We've done one together, and that didn't go so well.
you guys had a bad
But
first
yeah.
impression?
Not first impression, but we did have a bad, memorable impression.
Yeah, if we want to talk about that real quick first, it was primarily just because the escape room was broken as fuck.
What was
It was
the
just not
theme
set up.
again? I can't was it like a treasure hunter thing? Or
No, it was a
wizards
wizards.
thing? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh,
It was
like a
wizards
wizards thing?
Yeah, it was like, it was like,
Yeah, we were in like a wizard's lair or whatever, and then we had to like find stuff to get through to like another room, but like half the shit was broken. And we're like,
the theme was cool, the room itself sucked. Because what had happened is I remember when we were first purchasing this room, the woman did tell us, hey, a part of this room is broken, so when you reach a certain point, I'm gonna have to come in and like unlock it for you. And the way that she described it, we sort of just thought like, oh, the lock was broken and you're gonna have to come in and unlock it. Well, we got to that point, and then what happened is she came in, unlocked something, went over, did something else, went over, did something
yeah,
else.
she's
went
like
over.
solving all the clues or like popping all the things.
Yeah, it wasn't just one thing that
So
was.
she screwed up and forgot a bunch of other things.
No, it wasn't just one thing that was broken. An entire sequence was broken, and she failed to mention that. And so I was kind of immediately like, but I didn't want to go against the group, everybody, because it wasn't just the two of us. It was like a group of like 7.
Oh, wow.
We were in a big group.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to be like the one guy who's like, let's just fucking leave. So I was like, I'm going to hold it together. And then we got to the next room and something else was broken. And I'm holding it together. And we get to the final room and something else is broken. And at this point, I'm checked out. I'm like, I'm over
Three
it.
strikes, you're
If we
out.
get it done, we get it done.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, I'm fucking over this shit. Tell me about that from your experience, actually. Like your viewpoint, how you were feeling.
I mean, like, it was frustrating, to say the least, but it was more just like, we were all, like, popping around trying to figure out how these clues would work for a bit, and, like, she wouldn't immediately come in and, like, solve the thing or whatever it was, or, like fix whatever was broken and unlock it. It was, like, we were struggling over trying to use these clues, and, like, we were occasionally punching them in right, but they didn't come through to do anything with it, so we were trying other solutions, and then as we were trying other solutions, she would come in and pop the things that we had already previously done.
I forgot about that part, yeah.
And then, like, we would proceed forward and be like, alright, well, I guess we were doing it right, but it was just fucked.
Yeah, so it was, no, that was a really bad room, and that was just a bad escape, like, place.
Yeah.
In general, because,
Where was that at?
I can't say
Yeah,
right
no
now.
doxing.
But it was it was a place that I will say argues with people who leave negative reviews in the comments.
Oof.
Yeah, like if you leave a negative review, they're like, "Oh, here's why you're wrong about about why we fucked up."
Oh, everyone's favorite business practice.
So, I was just gonna say real quick though, on the note of like how you said you were also disappointed. You held it together much better than I did, because when we entered that third room, I shut the fuck down. I just was like, the
Yeah.
whole rest of the room.
I was trying, like, we had people there, so I was like, yeah, well, I mean, like, we'll try and figure something out of it. But that is something that I do notice about you personally, Pat, is that, like, the slightest inconvenience will happen, and you are just immediately ready to get a refund and leave. It's like anything we're at. Because it was the same thing when we were at the Superman movie, and we were sitting there watching it, and the power went out, and like we were sitting there for a minute for it to come back on, and like given it did happen a couple times, it was annoying.
Your retelling, you guys' retelling of the Superman movie was insane.
Oh yeah, well, hold on, I'll bring up that specific bit in a second here, but it doesn't even matter that it happened a few times. The very instant that it had happened, he was just like, let's leave. We'll just get a refund and go. And I'd be like, let's wait a minute and see if it comes back on.
I'm paying for an experience. If it's fucked up, then I'm not.
Okay, well, I still want to see the movie, but it's the same thing. It's
but you can't because the power's out.
It's like, well, I mean, like the first time like anything will happen, like you don't even give it the benefit of the doubt. You're just like, no, we're done. You're like, all right, buddy. But yeah,
I take any opportunity I can to get a refund on shit because I'm thrifty as fuck, and I admit that about myself.
Very warlock of you. But
His patron is money.
But yeah, no, the Superman movie was actually kind of funny though, because given this did happen a few times, and like every time like the power went out, because it was like a really hot day, and like everyone in the complex, there was like several buildings like just running their AC nonstop. So like there were like brownout kind of periods, and like when we were watching the movie, it would be like, oh, the screen goes black, but the like audio plays for like a minute or so.
Yeah, the audio kept going on a black
then,
screen.
And then that would stop, and then we'd sit there for about 5 minutes or whatever, and then the movie would come back on. They like rewind it up to when it shut off. Mm-hmm. So like we did get to see the movie throughout, but there was like maybe 3 occasions where it like blacked out like that. But the second time that it had happened, it was so funny because it was like, for those that have seen the movie, I guess light spoilers for people who haven't, but there's a point where like Superman goes into like this pocket dimension that like Lex has, and like we're in that bit. But
the blackout happens before the dimension.
Does it happen before?
It does, because it's right when he gets on the beach before he goes into the dimension.
Yeah, he lands on the beach, and then so the last thing we see is like a military helicopter drops him off, and then the power goes out, we just hear people talking, and then all of a sudden there's like monkeys screeching, and you just hear #super shit. We're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, and then a baby starts crying, and he's like, I'm gonna kill the baby or something. And we're like, what is going on? Yeah, that movie is indecipherable without like eyes.
Yeah, without visual context.
What the fuck is happening right now? There's just a couple scenes where that went on, but it was very funny. Mm-hmm. But I have noticed that about you. Is the slightest thing will happen, you were just ready to check out.
Well, because if I'm paying for this experience, and if you fuck it up, I want my money back because I'm not getting the experience I paid for. So it's like. And it's not like slight inconvenience. That room was broken beyond repair. No, not beyond repair, but it should have been open. It should have been available for purchase.
That is true, and I think that either they should have offered a discount, or by the end of it, when the amount of times that it had happened, I think a refund would have been well necessary for something like that. Mm-hmm. But like the first time that it had happened. Like you were done. That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't matter that it runs on for so long. Like once it gets to a certain point, yeah, it's reasonable to say, hey, this shit's busted. Let me get my money back. But like the first time something happens, you were just like, nah, I'm done. You were good.
Well, again, in escape rooms especially, because it's like, it's like I get that.
Luckily, ours that we went to was not though.
Yeah,
like this. One that we all
the one we went to was actually good.
Mm-hmm. The escape game to shout them out, because yes, I have played several games with the company at this point, not even just the location, the company, and it's always like the room's never broken, the stuff runs in like tip top condition, and some of the most immersive escape rooms I have ever been in. And that's why I was so excited to take you guys there, because I know that escape rooms can be a little hit or miss, right? I've done a lot of them with different companies or whatever, and they're very hit or miss, but never with the escape game. Always very solid.
We had a very fantastic experience.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Based off the one encounter that I've had, though, I will say, at least at the one we went to, very great customer service.
Mm-hmm. They were. Yeah, the lady at the desk was amazing.
Yeah, the host for the game was super chill.
That seems very. That's another thing that seems very universal, because like it seems like
they're
the people
Chick-fil-A of
escape
rooms. Like on par.
The people who work there seem to like want to work there. They like working there, and I can see why. It's like a fun environment.
Yeah.
I would like to work there. I'm not gonna lie.
I do it. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that might conclude like our bad escape room experience that we did together real quick to sum up that story. Because again, just to reiterate, like I do remember like because when we entered the third room and that shit broke again, I was just like,
I mean, even by then, I was
You were ready to destroy it even further.
Yeah, I was ready to turn it into a rage room.
Well, there was the thing is, there was it wasn't even like one thing. It was like a broken sequence in each room because there was like 3 separate like rooms to it. It was like the initial wizard's lair, and then it was like this like mid hallway bit with like this like puzzle thing.
Yeah, it was like a mirror room.
Yeah, it was like a mirror room with like images and stuff you had to like match up or whatever. And like that was busted, and then it got through to the next room, and then like the final room was busted because of this big like snake pit like ritual ceremony thing.
Yeah, and I forget what the third thing that broke was, but I remember because like the first thing was a whole sequence. The second room, it was like a lock to a door that led into the third room, and then the third room was something I can't remember, and I was just shit.
Yeah, the third room was like some big. I remember it was like a big snake ritual or something. Like there was a big like obelisk or whatever in the center of it.
Yeah, and then surprise, we didn't solve it. We didn't get out in time. Who would have guessed? But when the room itself is broken as fuck. But yeah, again, nothing like that at the escape game.
Wait, hold on. What was a better experience, that escape room or the D&D escape room?
That's a good question.
Well, the only D&D escape room we should try to go for is True Dungeon.
We should do that at some point.
Yeah.
But okay, from my perspective, I think this is a tough question. Because I think overall the experience of the shitty D&D like tabletop escape room was better because we were all having fun together, which is not what happened in our last group. It was, but like at the same time, the shitty broken escape room we did was only an hour long. So it was only an hour of our time that was wasted.
That was going to be my thing, is that we were locked into this thing for 3 hours.
Whew.
So I would,
and I mean, at least it was all friends in that one.
Yeah.
I mean, given the strangers at the table were very cool.
Yeah.
So like that, it wasn't like a complete downside or nothing that they were there, but it was like a group of all of our friends.
It's a toss up. It's a toss up for me.
It really is. It's kind of.
Who can say? What about for you, from your perspective? Because I would say it roughly evens out for me, just with all of the factors taken into account.
I mean, I think about evens.
Yeah, like it's shitty for different reasons.
Because it's like what's worse, the experience you paid for being completely broken, or to be bait and switched and have to sit there for 3 hours.
You know what? I'm gonna say the latter because that's something I forgot. At least the D&D escape room was free. Like, granted, we didn't have to pay any extra for that. Like,
no, we paid with our time.
Yeah, but not our money, and that's more valuable to me.
And we did get free goodies at the end.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. We got free dice.
That is true.
Yep. See, Mikey, you pulled it out. But enough about shitty escape room experiences. On to a good one.
A good one that was recent and fun.
Yes. So, Mikey, this was your first true escape room experience. How did you feel about it?
I'd never done something like this, so I had some nervousness going in. Mm-hmm. I knew there was going to be puzzle solving and a theme. But other than that, I had no idea what to expect. I did not try to look up anything because I wanted it to have a genuine first experience.
You did very well.
Yeah, no, I thought we worked very well together as a team.
We had great synergy, I think.
How
did we beat the room?
We did beat the room with 20 seconds remaining.
21 seconds.
Yeah, it was,
of course.
It very much was down to the wire.
Yeah.
I again, one of the things I love about the escape game is again, just the rooms are so immersive.
Absolutely. Like they must have like a set designer team before they like okay a room to put somewhere, because they do a really good job.
Well, yeah, they gotta have like set design, probably like some solid play testing and stuff too, because like yeah, we did hit the clue button a few times because just because we were stuck, but like the room itself, obviously all clues were there, but it was very intuitive. Yeah,
everything functioned as it was intended to do.
Yeah, there's a difference between like bad puzzles and like we just don't get it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't feel like that there were any puzzles in there that were like unfair.
Oh, yeah,
bad
really
puzzles.
No.
I thought the ones that were like the coolest were the ones where you had to like reach into stuff. Like
Yeah.
there was a few occasions of that. Like obviously
I liked sifting through the sand for the scarabs in
was
the
really
Egypt
cool.
room. That was cool.
Yeah, like having to stick your hand in like each of the portal things and like
Yeah.
feel where like what
Time era.
Yeah, time era it is.
the
So
thing
it's
is
like,
from.
oh, like this feels like the Arctic. This feels like a mammoth or sand or whatever it may be. Like you're reaching into like different portals, and then the like the snake one even like you like reach in there for like the bags of stuff, and it's like blowing air at you and like hissing.
Yeah, hissing at you.
Yeah, no. So it's so cool, and so something I learned from talking to our game master, which I found very interesting, just on a personal level, is they were telling us, like, because I asked how often are the rooms switched around, and they told me only when a game is discontinued. So when a location is, it makes sense why everything's like so immersive and so like finely detailed, because what happens is they have a location in mind, and then they see how many games that they can put in there, and then they like purpose build their rooms around these
Those
games.
rooms. Yeah, that's really cool.
And it's not until like the company comes down and they're like, we're cutting off this game. This game has been discontinued, that they finally like rip out the whole room and replace it with a new one.
That's cool.
And so it makes sense. It makes sense why they make them this way, because they're built to last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to like
Like, yeah, we got a couple rooms. We'll just chuck something in there.
Yeah, there have been multiple escape rooms where like I've been to, and they switch them out like monthly, maybe even
That seems crazy.
yeah. So like games in other escape rooms don't last nearly as long as they do in the escape game, which makes sense as kind of why they're like more buggy or broken or shitty, is because again it's not purpose built. It's like, hey, I have an idea for a room, and like they build it, but again it's like with the intention in mind that eventually this is going to be swapped out. Like
So you
relatively
end
soon.
up with just like a jury-rigged room.
Yeah.
Exactly. But here in the escape game, again, like the rooms are purpose built, and they're meant to last for basically a couple of years until they're like, this game is discontinued, and then they swap it out with a new one.
That was really neat.
I thought that was cool, and it makes sense to me then why these rooms are so immersive and like unbroken, basically.
Yeah.
Like, because the only thing that broke, and it was my fault entirely, is when we had to use one of the keypads, and I accidentally backed out of the app.
That is
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you kept backing out, and it like
Yeah,
went straight.
you went back to the desktop of whatever computer system it was. That
Yeah, and the
was
lady had
put
to come
on.
over to like the overhead system. And she's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I see you backed out there." She, like,
Yeah,
rewound
she had
it
to
back
go BIT.
Yeah.
And take over the cursor.
But that was like, and that was another thing, is that shit was fixed instantly. And
Yeah.
there were no problems, you know.
we were right back on the rails.
So I thought that was like really cool that even, basically they had like a contingency
Yeah.
for if something like that were to happen.
Yeah, it's good that they can do a little IT work.
And so again, it didn't kill the immersion, but I did struggle for a second where I was like, Mikey, how?
I was like, you backed out of the application. How did you do that?
I just hit the back button like this.
Yeah, it's the classic computer thing. Like, Internet Explorer's not working, so I just hit it a bunch of times, and then you open up like 11 tabs of Internet Explorer, and they all come out at once.
I did. Well,
What's crazy is I don't know if you did this while you're trying to fix it, or if this is just how much you backed out. But like she had to like open up several files. And
Yeah.
like tabs to like reopen our
Yeah,
menu.
she
Like,
I
had to
like,
go
you were
into
completely
go
out.
into files, another file, hit another file.
Yeah,
there
you were
was
like
there
back
was
to
the
desktop.
there's
essentially.
there's the exe and launch it.
Well, so I backed out to the desktop, and then I tried to fix it on my own, and I opened a couple of files, and I was like, this isn't right.
Yeah.
And then that's when I called over to you, and I was like, Mikey, help. And you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
I hacked the time train.
Not meant to do that.
But so,
You ruined the application. Minus 10 minutes.
that would be
Yeah, they penalty us.
Yeah, time penalty.
that'd be crazy.
The train sped up.
Because the theme of the theme of the room, which we hadn't talked about yet, just in case you didn't see the last video, is we're on a train that travels through time. Someone accidentally left their golden time card, which allows you to travel through time freely in ancient Egypt, and it's fucking up the whole time stream. And we have to ride the train to its final destination in ancient Egypt and get the time card back.
Yeah, so we have to go to various destinations before going to Egypt. And so different eras we went through like a cyberpunk future. We went through
It was like King Arthur's court.
The
Renaissance with like Leonardo da Vinci.
And also whatever the dinosaur era.
Oh, the prehistoric
era.
Yeah, so that was like it really felt cool. Like, and then there were like multiple moments where you could step off the train. Like the two times you step off the train are into the future and then
in Egypt.
Yeah, to get the card.
Yeah.
And that I really like the Egypt bit in particular because that almost felt like a mini escape room unto itself. That was like Indiana Jones thing.
Yeah, that was really cool. That's what I said. Like because we were like pulling on the
on these ropes.
Yeah, to lift up the baskets, and we're just like chucking the bags in there to get the pieces to drop.
That's another thing. Again, going back to immersion, the tactile sense in the escape game.
Yeah. That's what I said. It was really cool about like reaching into stuff, or,
interacting
like,
with
everything, the sand and all that.
Yeah, again, like pulling on the ropes.
Yeah,
twisting.
it's not just like you're not worried about like, oh, you walk in, there's a bunch of props set up and like placed very specifically that you're not really supposed to touch or play around with. They're just there for set dressing. Like everything here, you're supposed to interact with to some degree.
The only thing they said was up in the luggage carrier in the tree.
Don't take them down.
Yeah,
don't take them down.
Don't mess with those. That was the only thing they said. Please don't mess with those.
Because that is something in my personal escape room experience. That is something that is kind of a common. Is you just kind of like look like you have these locks. Some of them are keys, some of them are words, some of them are numbers, and you basically just scan the room to look for the key, the word, the number, and then you put them in, and then it unlocks something that gives you the thing to the next lock and the next lock and the next lock. Like it's very static.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, there's nothing like what we experienced here, like you said, sifting through sand, pulling on ropes, entering and exiting the train. Mikey at one point jousted, like for a puzzle. And so again, that's the thing that I like. We're just going to be glazing the escape game this whole episode, but that's something that I like.
You
about
deserved it.
Yeah, it's
really
because
good.
it's you feel like you're actually having these adventures as opposed to just, oh, I look around the room. Oh, here's the number. Oh, a key. Oh, the key to the door. Oh, and now we're in the new room. A number. Like it's very formulaic, and again, it's because these other rooms are like made to be torn down and rebuilt like a month or 2 months out.
Yeah, I'd say 10 out of 10 experience. I'd definitely go back.
Yeah, it was an awesome experience.
And also, apparently they haven't had people do this before when we showed up, which is kind of surprising. But we all decided to dress as people from different eras. So I was a cowboy from the year of 1886. Patrick was were you a gangster or just a guy?
Just a guy.
Yeah, you were just a guy from 1956, and then Mikey was just a guy
from 2006.
Yeah, so it was like the different eras kind of thing. But what was really cool is that when I was telling the hostess about it before we started the game, she's like, "Oh, I have to remember that. That's really cool. I've never seen anybody do this." So then when we beat the game, she walks in and gives us all like boarding passes with our specific years on them.
Lanyards with our years on them.
Yeah, and that was like I thought that was amazing.
That was incredible.
Yeah, free of charge. That like she didn't have to do that. She's just like, oh, that's it. It was really cool. You guys showed up like that. You know what? Here's a free printed out like specialized boarding pass for you for this specific experience because they were for the time train.
And again, that's like another thing that I find with the escape game, like the people who work there. And I know we talked about customer service, but just they're so nice and they're so kind. When because recently I had my birthday. And my girlfriend took me to an escape room for my birthday. And she, like, they first of all, in the room we were in, they put up a happy birthday banner in one of the rooms. It was like a multi-room escape room. In the final room, they put up a happy birthday banner. And I was like, oh my god, that's so nice. And then, oh yeah, also they gave me a birthday crown, which I thought was really funny. they gave me like, it was like a Burger King crown, like Burger King style crown. But it was like escape game themed, so I guess they just have those.
Yeah, probably for like kids parties and stuff.
Yeah, but they gave me one.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's really
cool. Yeah, and they were so nice the whole time. And then when I exited the room, they gave me a bunch of the. So something the escape game sells is they have like online escape rooms, and they gave me like a handful of those just for free because it was my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow, they have online escape rooms?
Yeah, we should do something.
Is it like a point and click adventure kind of game?
I've never actually done one yet. I have them.
Because that would be really cool.
Something to look into.
Yeah, something to look into.
Like it's one of those like old point and clicks would be like a really neat like.
I think it might be, but again, it's we could do it together. I have like 3 of them. They gave me 3 of them for free for my birthday.
That is very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's just what I'm saying is like the people who work there are so nice and so cool because again they gave me that for my birthday, and then it wasn't even any of our birthdays. Again, we just showed up dressed up, and they were like, "We think that's cool. Have these free props."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specialized.
Yeah. Not even
tailored.
Yeah. Again, tailored. Not even like that we just had laying around. No, I like, made these for you.
Yeah. While you guys were in the escape room, I made these.
Mm-hmm.
While I was fixing your desktop, I was making these for you.
Yeah. Too bad I made these before you broke the room. I would have done this if I'd known that had happened.
Yeah, it was probably one of those things where she's like, "Oh, that's really cool," and she like printed them out or whatever, and then she seen you broke it, and she's like, "All right, well, if they don't beat this thing, I'm not giving it to them."
So something else I noticed, like, not just this time around, but the last couple of times I went to escape rooms, just because I want to talk about it. Again, it's just something I find interesting about escape room culture, because the escape game wasn't the only people who did this, but they used to follow escape room convention. I'll put it this way: at every escape room you go to, every room had like a time, like best 5 times, and they also at escape rooms you used to only have 3 hits, so you had to use them sparingly, and it would factor into your ultimate time how people like would do it, like if you used a hint, it would like subtract or add a minute to your time or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
Right, so if you beat a room without any hints, it would. And something that has happened in just escape rooms in general is they've done away with the leaderboards. They've just
nobody's trying to beat times. They just want to solve the room.
Exactly, and they've gotten rid of hint amounts. You have infinite hints now, and I think personally, that's all for the better, especially at rooms like the escape game, because their rooms actually have like stories.
Yeah.
And like you want to figure this stuff out, and if you're stuck, you want to continue on, which is another thing too.
Yeah, like if you're paying, you want to get to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like, it is completely optional as well. Like it's like it's not like one of those things like in a video game where it's like, oh man, I want to sit here and I want to figure this out for a sec, and then your character goes, maybe I should climb this or fucking do whatever. Like they solve it for you. You're sitting there thinking about it, and it's not like you're sitting there, working whatever, and then you get a little ding and like look and see the things up there. It's I'm stuck. I can go ask for help if I need to, or get like a clue to try and figure something out.
Also, we only have an hour. So,
just trying to get this thing done.
Mm-hmm. Like, I understand wanting to figure stuff out for yourself and shit. Like, trust me, I'm not instant, let's hit the hint button. But, like, if I don't even have a direction, I'll be the first to suggest it.
Which side tangent, this also bleeds into exactly how I feel about the usage of fast travel in video games. I'm going to use this for a second. Because to me,
here.
Yeah, because it's like the same kind of principle to me, where it's like, I don't really like fast travel, or at least having to use it. A lot of games are built around needing it, which is a shame. What I prefer is when a game does something where it's like, yes, you do have the option to fast travel, right? Like, even if it's just your standard fast travel, like, I've been here before, I can travel back. That's fine. But make it an optional usage. Don't build the game around that. Like, put other things in the game to work towards it. Be like, I want to like take a taxi, or it's a fantasy one. I want to take a boat somewhere, or wherever it is, or I put things in the world that make sense of like traveling from place to place, that kind of give you that
Instead
sense
of just a
like moving.
menu and
Yeah,
a
instead
map.
of just popping up the map, like clicking or whatever. Like I feel like that helps a little bit, and that's what I feel like about the escape room is it's like you like you can work these things out. They're puzzles meant for you to work out or do or experience. But if you need the help, you have that option to go and ask for it.
No, real quick on your fast travel tangent, I just want to say Oblivion is like a horrible example of that, where it's like, oh, you, first of all, there's like no in-universe fast travel, like there's no like, oh, horses or whatever.
Yeah,
like
no,
in
yeah,
Skyrim.
let's just open that and go.
And then there were like multiple times where it's like, you want a quest? Go to this person in Brayla, like in the Fighters Guild or whatever.
And it's like, can't you just give me it?
No!
It's like, yeah, no, you got to run across the map and go do that. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's literally built around. So it
Yeah,
reminds me of
that's
that.
why the Mages Guild sucks.
All of the guilds really, because they all do that.
I mean, yeah, but then again,
I'd
that's
say
just
the
one of those
Mages
things
Guild,
where like the game
Mages Guild, I
builds
think
around
the
it.
most because it's like, no, you have to go to every fucking
Yeah,
one
guild hall. Yeah, do a side quest
to
before
gain
you can-
access to the Sanctum.
Yeah. Which it was just a shame because the Mage's quest line sucks in pretty much all the games. I didn't mind it too much in Morrowind because it was like, yeah, it was a lot of that shit where it's like, oh, travel around and do stuff, but it felt a little more in depth with certain characters and like storylines. But I did like how it ends where the like Archmage or whatever the Mages Guild of specifically like Vardenfell, like in order to take his position, you have to fight him to the death in an arena.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy twist.
It is, yeah. It's like you won his position, you have to fight him to the death in an arena.
Wizard battle.
And like he instantly just starts levitating on you, like he is like really,
Yeah.
like he is like a like wizard boss.
That's the Telvanni way.
And like I had to reload the save and do it again because the thing is like I killed him and I'm like, oh cool, I'm gonna loot his body, but he like almost instantly like vanished, like he like despawned. So like you have to like kill him and like almost instantly like activate his body and loot his shit because he's got really good stuff on him.
That's really funny. But getting back on topic of like, I just agree overall with your sentiment on the hints, and I think it's a good direction that escape rooms are moving in with like the infinite hints.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to
Oh, you only have three?
because this isn't a game I'm playing against other people. You might think that, and that's again getting rid of the time segments, like who has the best times. Because if you do it that way, then it is like a versus game. But this is definitely a PvE environment.
Yeah.
Yes, it's us versus the game.
Yes, and so
You're like needlessly pitting people against each other, and you're just putting that in the back of their mind when they're trying to focus on solving the puzzle.
as opposed to like, I want to enjoy the room for what it is. I want to enjoy it with my friends. I don't give a crap about what
Other
some
people's time.
some random shitters who went through this room before me, like if they did it better or
We
worse.
cleared it in half an hour or something.
Yeah, like is that impressive? Yeah, sure, but like,
I'm here for my first time. I don't want to worry about that.
exactly. Like I want to enjoy the room for what it is. Speaking of Mikey,
Yes.
again, since this is your first experience, how did you feel about like the room and how did you feel about the theme actually? What did you think about like?
I'm usually not a big time person. Like I don't enjoy like time travel themes enough, but I think this was done well. Like it's simple for an escape room. It has a direction in which you're supposed to go. It's not all over the damn place.
And it doesn't deal with like paradoxes or
No,
anything like that.
it's simple. Get the thing from the past. It fixes everything.
What about you, Key? How did you feel about like the theme of the room?
Oh, I very much enjoyed it. Like I said, I just really like the idea of our gimmick of dressing up as different time people because it's like people stopping on this train that's passing through time. So I thought that was just really neat going into it. But like as far as the room itself goes, like best escape room I've done by far. Just between like quality and like the tangibility of it because that was a big thing to me.
So I'm ruined for all escape.
Yes, you are.
Rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm ruined.
Yeah, because like up to now,
I have touched the peak and it's only the bottom.
Yeah, you had a hell of a
Wonderful.
first experience. Yeah, because like I said, literally before all of this, it's like, oh, you walk into a room with a bunch of like props glued all over the place, and like some of them you're allowed to interact with, but don't interact with the ones you're not supposed to. And then like it's just like he said, like, oh, found the word, found the number, like whatever. Like this one's like, oh, we have to like count the amount of pterodactyls that are flying through the sky, or like we got to
one of my
reach
favorite
into
moments
portals and feel.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments as an example of that is just when Mikey had to joust and then got an egg, put the egg in a blue light or
Yes.
Oh yeah, it was like a black light.
Infrared light, and that revealed a pattern on the egg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That let us punch in the next code to
Yeah.
go.
To then travel through time. It's like, nah, nothing like that in any other
Yeah,
escape
yeah,
room.
you're not finding that. Like same thing, like even to start the train, like we had to spell out like "ready" or whatever out of like the
Out of the
like whistle signs they had.
Yeah, there was like a key for these whistle tones that you had to put in, which I'm surprised I got. I was like, I'm gonna fucking botch this.
No, you know what's funny? Because he said this in a previous episode when we were talking about our D&D escape room experience, where he said, like, this room could have been fantastical, and it felt like a regular fucking escape room.
Yes.
It's like, this is fantastic.
This is the tangible, fantastical escape room, which
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yeah, so it's just kind of ironic that one dude's escape room, like, D&D game felt like being in, like, one of those mediocre shit escape rooms.
And that's what pissed me. Like, I mean, other than the bait
I don't
switch,
even think of that as an escape room. I just think of that as a bad D&D
D&D
session.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing too. Is like I said, it was like
You get to RP a mediocre escape room,
Right.
Mikey.
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
that's
that
how
was
they usually
terrible.
are. That's how they usually are.
That was terrible, and I probably would have hated it.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, this is literally a D&D game. We can, like I said, you could have had the fucking floor turned to quicksand because you punched in a puzzle wrong, or oh no, the ceiling starts getting like the spikes coming down on you, and you gotta like solve something for it to stop. Like you could have really like went all out with it when it's on table, and the guy just didn't do that. So it was neat to see like an actual tangible escape room that like it's doing this. Like, oh yeah, this door opens, you're in the fucking cyberpunk future train station, and you gotta look at all these like advertisements to like know
To punch in a code on a machine.
which was also really funny that all the passport things were like off-brand future characters. So there was like Sarah K. Honor.
Yeah, Sarah
or,
K.
like,
Honor.
Or like what was it?
Philip J. Guy.
Philip
yeah.
J. Guy.
Fly McMarty. Like it was all like that kind of shit. But it was like part of like one of the puzzles. Like we had to match out like their luggage.
Little
and
cheeky
stuff.
Easter egg for you pop culture fans.
And that's again, it's just like
Yeah, it's just like there was like it did not miss a beat. Like everything in there was very fun.
and that's another thing I want to say about like the escape game in general is like whenever they do a puzzle, it's never, and I need hints or I need direction or whatever. It's never this was a bad puzzle and I hated it. It's I don't get it, and that's my fault. And then like when you tell me, I'm like, oh, as opposed to like, well, that's fucking stupid.
All right, well,
that's bullshit.
To bring it back to video games for a second, it's like the Dark Souls of escape rooms, guys. Because it's like the same kind of way
I
of
think
like.
that would be terrible. A Dark Souls escape room.
That would be cool.
I just mean of it, like kind of like the
theming.
way of like dying.
If it's done like fucking Timeliner, it would like the theming would be awesome, but I don't know about the puzzles.
Yeah. Well, okay, what I mean is it's like like in Souls, like when you die.
You know they're gonna have a poison swamp.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
that's
would-
one of the rooms.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Like each room is like a different like level or something from like a Souls
One is
game.
just all ladders.
Oh, we do like a Bloodborne escape room movie.
Now Bloodborne would be sick.
That would be a sick one. But yeah, like so in like Dark Souls, like when you die, 90% of the time it's because you fucked up. Like there are, don't get me wrong, there are some janky parts in those games.
Yeah, there's some jank stuff.
But
sometimes
the majority of the time it's usually because like you made a mistake as a player and fucked up. That's how like missing a puzzle felt in this escape room. It wasn't like, oh, you know, this sucks or it's a broken sequence or whatever it is. It's like, oh, I'm not getting it. Like I'm the problem here. The same way like in Dark Souls, like if you die, you're probably the problem. So,
yeah, I agree. I agree. It's just I haven't come across a bad puzzle in these rooms yet, and I've done like 5 of them.
Like I said, I've had the one experience so far. It's been pretty good, and I'm itching to go back. 'Cause I definitely make another trip out there for.
No, I can't wait for the next time to go back. On that note, like, what would you guys want to do as like the next one?
Well, at the one that we were at, they did have that undersea one.
There was
which
the underwater
looked really
one.
Cool. Yeah, because it was like an underwater testing facility. It was like a science lab or something. They had like specimens from, I think it was like an alien crash ship or something. Or
They
found some-
didn't say because it would have been a spoiler, but that's like the idea.
Yeah, but it was like, yeah, they found some specimen or something down there, and you have to like examine it, and like the room shuts in on you and stuff. So
Prison Break, that's the one I did for my birthday. That one's crazy. Because that one legit feels like you're breaking out of prison.
I would try it. From what you said, like you had to like throw shit to the other person in the cell, like back and forth.
That's one of the things I like about that one, and that's something I haven't come across in any other escape room, is you start separated. And you have to like obviously there's only the 2 cells, so I imagine if you go there with like multiple people, it's like your cellmates or whatever. But like they do split you up. And so yeah, you have to start in 2 separate cells, and the first task is like getting out of your cells to meet up. That's the first thing you have to do. And it's just like, again, so cool, so immersive, like I can't wait to go back. I'm always dying for an escape room, And that's something on that note that I thought was really funny, because you know how you said you were ruined, Mikey?
Yeah.
That happened to my girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because technically she's done one escape room before, but it was at a medieval fair, right? So it's like you kind of expect it to be a little shoddy. And it wasn't even shoddy, it was just short. It was like one room.
Okay.
So she was like, oh, okay, it's whatever. But then we did the escape game for my birthday. She loved it. And then she was like, she got the wrong idea in her head. She was like, this is just what escape rooms are. And we went to like a different companies. And it was the typical experience. It was like what Key and I experienced, where like room wasn't that great and it was kind of broken, and like so I was kind of like whatever about it. She was angry. She was
What the
mad.
fuck is
Yeah,
this?
she was pissed. She was upset. Like she tried to hold it together until we got out in the hallway, and she was like, "This
I
doesn't."
want my money back.
Yeah, she's like, "This doesn't sit right with me. I want a refund." And we went back, and the woman was like, kind of a bitch to us, and then slammed the door in our face.
Wow.
But that was good because it guaranteed us our refund. Because then it wasn't just, oh, we asked for a refund because the room was broken. Because normally when you do that in escape rooms, they're like, well, that's just part of the experience, am I right? But like here it was like, oh, our person was like a bitch to you and slammed the door in your face. That's crazy. And then they had to give me my money back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's normal escape room, so experience that, sometime. But...
Yeah, we'll have to do another one. We'll have to give you the classic escape room experience. Yeah,
Oh, no.
Where the puzzles are pretty linear and boring, and the escape room winds up being broken at the end. And then when you complain about it, the person tells you to fuck off, and then you leave a bad review being like, "Don't go here. They're mean and bad." And then the person comments on it, being like, "You're a fucking asshole client."
Also, they contact my job and
you
get me
like
fired.
it, whore. You loved it.
Trying to gaslight
You're like,
me.
sir, my room's broken. They spit on you.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Here's
You gotta pay for the repairs.
Here's the puzzle to your next escape room. Breaks your kneecap.
Sponsored by EA. You gotta pay. You gotta pay for the rest of the experience.
Here's an invoice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't worry, we'll update it later.
dude, escape room DLC would be crazy. Sorry, the room's not finished yet. We'll patch in the rest of the room some other time. But
Yeah.
how'd you enjoy what it was? You paid full price for it, by the way.
Yeah, it was great.
You know what would be really cool for an escape room is if they had like for example, it was like 1 or 2 rooms, and it's like, oh yeah, like you work through it, it's like a normal one. But if you find like there's like a hidden series of clues or something that you catch on to, and if you start doing those or following those,
You get the true ending.
Well, yeah, it opens up like a separate room kind of thing. Yeah,
That would actually be really cool.
yeah,
Like,
there's like a hidden room in the
branching
escape
path
room.
escape room.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be crazy.
Oh man. But do you guys have any more comments about Timeliner and just your experiences going through it?
10 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Would recommend the escape room.
Also,
to
they were in
anybody.
like some Disney Channel ass town too that we went to.
Yeah, that was some like Hollywood set looking town.
That was cool. I liked it. I thought it was cool.
That was neat.
But All right, guys. I feel that that's all we have to say about escape rooms for now.
Hey guys, let's do another D&D one.
Yeah, that's where we're going with it.
Yeah. No, we gotta do True Dungeon.
We do gotta do True Dungeon. But we hope to see you next week here in the corner of the tavern.